All I'm saying.
Hey guys, it's your girl Marielle. Welcome back to my channel, Friday Night Light Movie Reviews, where we do reactions and reviews to TV shows, movies, and other digital content. Today is our third installment to our documentary series. We're going to be talking about Netflix three-part documentary called Sins of Our Mother. The basis of this documentary is that we follow the friends and family and children of Lori Vallow, who was arrested for allegedly killing her two youngest children shortly after moving away to be closer to her fifth husband, Mormon cult leader Chad Daybell. So we're just going to be talking about what we saw in this documentary, like how crazy it is, what I recommend you guys giving it a watch. But before we go further into the video, you know what, I'm going to ask you guys to go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Share this video with your friends and family. As always, don't forget to hit me up on my other digital platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. So let's just talk about this documentary. It was crazy. It's three parts. The first part is called 144,000. Then you have Dark Light, and then basically the end. So through this whole documentary, we mostly are talking to Lori Vallow's oldest son, Colby, Lori Vallow's mother, and then like friends and family here and there who were major roles in these events that led up to her and her husband allegedly killing her two youngest children, which, let's just keep it a buck, they killed them. So Lori Vallow, whose family was very religious, Mormons, went to the LDS Church, which is Latter-day Saints. She was always looking for something bigger than her. But in the midst of all of this, she had a crazy, wild life in the beginning, leading up to meeting Chad Daybell. She got married out of high school. She had her oldest son, Colby. By the time she hit her third marriage, she had her daughter, Tylee, who Colby was completely in awe of. He loved his little sister. It was basically like it was his child. We fall into where she meets her fourth husband, Charles Vallow, who's his presence in this whole documentary is literally what set everything on fire to lead up to the death of her children. Her third husband physically and abused her and sexually abused her son Colby. So this is where we learn about Alex Cox, who is Lori's brother. She has two brothers and one sister. He gets at that husband and, you know, makes him pay for what he did to his nephew. But then she meets this great guy named Charles Vallow, who came to her as a surprise. They get married. This is where their third child comes in, JJ, who was actually Charles Vallow's nephew. His parents was watching him, but it became a little bit too much for him because JJ was autistic. So for a long time, this relationship was great. She felt like she had this purpose. You know, she was huge on being a mother, keeping the faith in her home. And then when he moved to Hawaii, they got really, really deep into the church, even Charles Vallow and her son. But I don't know what happened. Something went off on Lori's head. I really think it was she felt like she didn't have a purpose. Like there was something else going on emotionally and mentally with her. And when that happens and you have a person who believes in God and they're looking for something bigger than themselves, they're looking for the reason why they're here, they can fall victim to manipulation. And this is at no way of me excusing the crazy shit that she did to the people around her and to her own children. I'm just saying this is how it leads up to that, when people are starting to wanting to know what their purpose is. And this is where she found this podcast with her two friends and how they talked about Chad Daybell. We actually, in an interview, meet a psychologist who actually talked to Chad Daybell because he had two near-death experiences. And with those things, he said that God came to him and told him to write a series of books. And then also to come out with a publishing company and to publish books of like-minded people like himself. Hence, we get this other interview with this lady who says she had this prophetic gift and that she can see how many lives people have lived. And Chad Daybell said that was a gift he had as well. And he believed only 144,000 people were going to live after the rapture. And we all know that. He told everybody that the world was going to end on July 22nd, 2020. And here we are, but that's neither here or there. This is where Lori really starts to go off the deep end. Her son got married and was not very happy because they weren't Mormons. But at the same time, it's like, Lori, you should be very proud of your son. He didn't veer off the path. He is definitely still a believer, definitely puts God first, loves his family, and lives a selfless life. But that wasn't for her. So when she felt like she was losing control of her son, all these different people were coming into her life and manipulating her to the point where she started acting really weird, talking in code. It was just strange. She was saying people was this and saying people was that. And the worst thing to me is that her mother never believed that her daughter could do it until it was too late, until the evidence was just right there in her face. Like, your daughter fell victim to manipulation and she became a monster along with her whack cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs husband, Chad Daybell. It gets so bad, she starts saying that her husband, Charles, is cheating on her. She does all these crazy things. Charles ends up getting shot when he went to Arizona to take his son to school and to see his daughter. Alex is the one that shot him. They said it was for self-defense. Autopsy report showed that he got shot in the chest once, and maybe that was self-defense. But the man standing over him shot him 3 more times. That's not self-defense. But Alex never got convicted, you guys. This is freaking crazy. This lady was crazy. She had her brother be her hitman. So she thought, okay, I'm about to collect this $1 million life insurance policy. Shorty, your husband knew that she was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. He took you off as a beneficiary. Check how she tells Charles Vallow that he has other children. She text messages one of his sons and says, your father died. That's it, guys. They're like, what are you talking about? My father died. How did he die? This heifer waited 3 hours to text them back. Still has not yet called his sons. And they're like freaking out. Like, yo, what the? I don't give a hell. What you doing? You need to tell me what's going on with my father. She's like, oh, I was putting JJ to the bed. It's all going to work out. Don't worry about it. She calls her son Kobe. Lies and said he died of a heart attack. Never tells his sons what he died of. Then told their son's school that Charles committed suicide. She told 3 stories in the amount of seconds. And this is where everybody was like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Enters Chad Daybell. This dude basically said his books were scripture. And this is what people had to go off on. And she kept saying, I believe Chad Daybell, this is what he's saying. He has kids himself. They want to be with each other. Chad Daybell kills his wife, collects a $430,000 life insurance policy off of his wife. We never hear anything else about Charles Vallow's children. We don't hear anything else about Chad Daybell's children from his first marriage. All we know is that they both have JJ and Tylee. And everybody is trying to find them. Now, Kobe's wife did a little digging, and she comes up and she finds this list that Lori and Chad Daybell put together, and it's numbers about if they're a white light or if they're dark light. And if they're a dark light, they're zombies. They're not alive. They're zombies, and they're trying to kill us. So her daughter Tylee was considered 4D, a 4-point-something dark light, and she's a zombie. But they don't talk about the son, JJ. So the grandparents is trying to find out what happened to their grandson. Here comes these massive amounts of lies, and they don't even fucking keep up with the lies, bro. She told the cop he's with his grandparents. They're like, nope, try again, because they're the ones who called us for this welfare check. Oh, he's with my friend Melanie Gibb. They call Melanie Gibb, don't pick up the phone. Shorty's like, y'all not about to pull me into this bullshit. So she recorded their phone call. They basically told her that she's not a believer. She don't love them because they didn't lie. She didn't lie for them. So I don't know if you guys remember this whole big thing. It was on the news. They kept saying, hey, Lori, where's your children? And they gave her till Thursday. She didn't produce the children. Excuse me. She was sent to jail on $1 million bond. So now Kobe, her oldest son, is ice grilling Chad Daybell. This dude is scared as hell. His wife finds more shit. Finds out that there was a text message sent to his wife before she died, and then to Lori, like, hey, I was burning stuff in the backyard and I saw this raccoon and I killed him and he's now buried in our pet cemetery. And I don't know if the wife was just like, I feel like this is code, and then the FBI was involved. And then you guys, he calls Lori while she was in jail. He's like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know when's going to be the next time we can talk, but I love you so much. And they're looking on my property for everything like that. In September of 2019, they found 2 bodies in the backyard. One fitting the description of Tylee and the other one of JJ. So they both get arrested. And Lori is still keeping up this facade. She is mentally keeping up this facade that she didn't do anything wrong, that her children are safe now, but they're dead. You let some man with some whacked out belief that your children were dark lights and there were zombies, so you needed to get rid of them. And they're still holding on like they did not kill these people. But they're both in jail for conspiracy, for murder of their children, murder of her husband, Charles, his Chad Daybell's wife. I mean, it is insane. This documentary is fucking insane. They have not gone to trial yet. Their trial does not start until 2023. So right now it's all, speculation. But I mean, the evidence is right there. You know what I mean? It's so fucking sad that a woman couldn't find it in herself. I understand trying to figure out what your place is in the world. I understand trying to feel like there's got to be something bigger than you to deal with all the shit that we deal with in this world. I get all of that. But what I don't get is how you feel like taking the lives of people who don't respect your ideology or whatever it is, and you kill them. And then the collateral damage is your children. It's disgusting. Those 2 kids' life snuffed out because their mother, I'm sorry, this is how I feel, because their mother wasn't strong enough to understand what she needed. If you needed mental help, you should have went to a therapist. And you know what else really grinds my gears? It's the fact that her parents, who are Mormons, go to the Church of the Latter-day Saints. Y'all never thought, I need to intervene with my daughter. I need to talk to her. I need to pull her away and get her to the point where she can understand that this is wrong. This is crazy. This can't actually be true. And you left your daughter to the wolves. And then you have the audacity to say she's taken over by Satan. No, they did devilish shit. And you as her parents, y'all did nothing. And you're talking about church. She's not in a cult. She's not this. Until it blew up in your face, which is why I don't think the father interviewed anymore. I feel the most sad for her oldest son, because in some parts he feels like it was his fault. He was like, I was focused on my family, my daughter, blah, blah, blah. And I kind of let my siblings fall through the cracks. And that's one other thing that makes me mad, because it's not his fault. It's very much his mother's fault. It's very much Chad Daybell. And if they believe in God, and they believe in somebody higher, and they believe that this was what God's work was, and you find out it is not, that's your ass on judgment. So give this documentary a watch. Will it boil your blood? Yes. Will you have an attitude? Yes. Will you have 1,000 fucking questions on what the hell did we just watch and why did this happen? Yes. But at the end of the day, I think it's something that you guys should watch. I'm not going to say it's for entertainment, but it's basically to see why so many people in the world question religion, question God, and all this other stuff. Give it a go, give it a watch. It's on Netflix right now, and we are at the end of this video. Again, I know this is longer than my normal videos, but I'm passionate about this stuff. So as always, be safe, be courageous, and I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye, guys.
All I'm saying